Becomes the first former president formerly charged with a crime. Our Sandra Mitchell is in studio with the changing developments tonight. Sandra.
Yeah, a lot happening right now. Former President Trump ready to fight these charges. He has hired a new lead attorney. He's meeting with his legal team at Trump Tower. His critics say that he has skirted the law for years, but tomorrow he will surrender. He's going to appear before a judge as a criminal defendant. Intense security tonight in Manhattan. The Secret Service and the NYPD barricading streets on patrol for possible security threats. Donald Trump, the first ever former president indicted on criminal charges, is holed up in his Trump Tower penthouse, preparing for tomorrow's court appearance.
There's going to be an entourage. There's going to be heavy security, Secret Service, the press. This is going to be one of the most watched arraignments in the history of the United States.
The former president is facing more than 30 counts tied to an alleged hush money payment to former adult film star Stormy Daniels. Trump has denied any wrongdoing. His supporters call it a political witch hunt meant to damage his 2024 presidential bid.
We believe it's a political persecution, and I think people on both sides of the aisle believe that it's a complete abuse of power.
It's the very essence of the abuse of the prosecutive function, which is pursuing a person rather than pursuing a real crime.
Earlier in the day, a somber Trump arrived at LaGuardia Airport. Democrats say his disregard for the law is finally catching up with him.
He's, spent a lifetime of trying to skirt the law and avoid the law, and I don't know whether he's guilty or he's innocent in this matter. That a jury will decide.
But it might not ever go to a jury. Trump's attorneys will try to convince the judge to dismiss the charges.
Even though a case has been filed,
legal analyst Shapiro says the statute of limitations could have expired, or the Trump team could argue Trump did not know about the payments.
He could argue or may argue that this was handled by the underlings. He wasn't even aware of the back and forth that was going on, and he relied on his counsel to do the right thing.
We're going to hear from Trump tomorrow night, scheduled to return to his home in Florida, where he says he will host a primetime address to the nation. Court and Pedro, big day coming up tomorrow.
It certainly is. And of course, stay with KTLA 5 for continuing live coverage of the indictment of former President Donald Trump. For the latest anytime, you can head to KTLA.com or download our free KTLA 5 app.
In other news this evening,